Hello and welcome. Today we're going to learn about Columbia Southern University's learning management system, Blackboard. Blackboard is the system that you will use throughout your career at Columbia Southern University to take all of your courses. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is navigate to the Columbia Southern University online homepage. Once you've navigated here, go ahead and type in your credentials. Once you've typed in your credentials, click Login. Once you're logged in, the first thing you will see is the global navigation screen. This screen has a number of different modules that will help you throughout your career. Let's take a look at some of these. The first module we'll see is on the left, and it's called Tools. Under Tools, you'll see a calendar, announcements, My Grades, personal information, tasks, and address book. These will all be very beneficial if you need to navigate somewhere quick. Let's take a look at one of them. For instance, My Grades. If you click on My Grades, it will take you directly into your gradebook and you will see exactly how you're doing in each one of your courses. Nifty little tool. If you want to get back to that global navigation screen, just come up here to the right hand side and click on My Courses. Once we're back, you'll see some of these other modules. The My Announcements, for instance. This takes you straight to any of your courses that a professor has posted a recent announcement in. It goes back 7 days, so don't worry. Here, EH1010, 12K, welcome. Let's see what it looks like. So if I click on welcome, it takes me straight to that announcement. Welcome, students. Glad you're here in class. So, if you want to see any of your announcements, just go to that global navigation page and click under Announcements in the My Announcements module. Next, we have My Courses. This simply shows you any of the courses that you're in, and again, some other valuable information such as announcements. You also have Maintenance and Outage Alerts. If for some reason you're using Blackboard and it's not working properly, I highly encourage you to come here to the global navigation screen and look at the Maintenance and Outage Alerts module. This will tell you everything you need to know about any technical difficulties that may be going on. You also have the report card. The report card is just like your grades. It shows what courses you're in, and it shows you what some of your grades are. So if you ever need a quick look at your report card or your grades, just come right here to this module and it'll get you up to speed. Next, we have the Turnitin Originality Checker. This is something new to CSU that we are really excited about. So let's go ahead and click on this and see what it looks like. The Turnitin Originality Checker was put in place for you as a student to fight plagiarism. I'm going to show you a little bit about how it works. The first thing you'll need to do is enroll in the course. To do that, just go to this green plus mark and click on Enroll. Once you do that, you'll hit Submit and you will be automatically enrolled into the course. Click OK and it'll take you back. There are a few things I want to show you before we continue. First off, be sure to read this welcome. It talks a little bit about plagiarism and how you can prevent it. Also, there are some instructions over here in the menu. If you click on the instructions, you'll see that there are 2 different documents to help you throughout this. Finally, you have 4 originality report generators. This is where you're actually going to do all of the work. Basically, what these do is these allow you to submit one of your papers that you've written to Turnitin before you actually turn it into your course. This will help you see what you've struggled with and what you may have plagiarized before you actually turn it into the course. So that's a little bit about the Turnitin Originality Checker. So now let's go back to our global navigation page. There's one final thing I want to show you before we actually dive into a course, and that's this social tool. If you look to the top right of your screen where it says your name and click on the arrow, you'll see that you have a number of different options. There's one in particular that I really want to show you, and that's the My Grades tab. If you click on this, the check mark with the plus next to it, this is My Grades. This is just like the My Grades in the global navigation screen. It'll take you to all of your courses. Right now, I don't have any grades, but if I did, I could look at them by date or I could sort them by course. It's a nice little tool to use whenever you get started in your courses. Let's go back. Now that you've become familiar with the global navigation screen, let's go take a look at a course. To do that, we'll go to our My Courses module and click on the course. EH1010 for these purposes. Once we get in the course, you'll notice a few things. The first thing you're going to notice is the announcements page. This is what every course is set to go to for its default. So, anytime you click on a course, it will always show you the latest announcements. Now, let's look at some other options. To the left, you have a menu bar. Over here, you have a few options. Start here, course information, course content, and resources. Let's go ahead and start here with the introduction. If you click on the introduction, you'll notice there are a few things that can help you to get through your course. First, you'll have a Blackboard tutorial that will do some of the similar things that we're doing here. You also have recommended software. I encourage you to download each of these. They're free and easy to use. And finally, course feedback. Let's say you're in a course and you see a mistake or you see something that you'd like to improve on. Go ahead and email coursequality@columbiasouthern.edu and we'll take everything that you say to us into consideration. Now let's focus on the course information tab. The first thing you'll see is the announcements. You've seen these before, and these are just simply the announcements that your professor posts in the course throughout the duration of the course. You also have what's called the professor profile. The professor profile is basically a biography of your professor. It provides a picture, email and education information, and a general biography. You also have the Success Center Specialist tab. This will usually come in either the form of a math specialist or a writing specialist. Because we're in an English course, we have a writing specialist. It looks much the same as the professor profile and gives you all the information you'll need to know if you need some assistance in your writing. Next, we have the syllabus. The syllabus is a vital piece of information to get you through the course. It has information such as the course description, the objectives, and any assignment that you have in the course. Please refer to your syllabus for all assignments in the course as they will not be available within each unit. Next, we have academic policies. These academic policies are here to get you familiar with Columbia Southern University. These academic policies include academic integrity, the rubric, the calendar, grading policies, how to submit assignments, and online discussion boards. There's tons of valuable information, so be sure to read through these. Next, we have Ask the Professor. This is a unique tool that we've put into every single course. It's basically a discussion forum that you can go in and ask the professor questions about the course. So if you are struggling getting familiar with the course, if you don't know where something is, go ahead in here, pop in a question, and your professor will get back to you as soon as possible. On the other hand, you also have the student break room. It functions just like Ask the Professor, except this is your forum. You're free to come in here and talk with your classmates about anything you want. Before we actually go and explore a unit, I want to draw your attention to the resources area down here at the bottom left. Under resources, you have things like the library, student resource documents, and tools. The library connects you to the Columbia Southern University Library. It's full of great books, articles, and databases that can help you throughout your career. You also have the Student Resources document. If you click on that, it'll show you some information that can help you throughout your course. It has things such as the Writing Center, Student Handbook, and it also has tech support. So if you're having any technical issues, feel free to reach out to techsupport@columbiasouthern.edu. I recommend printing this out and keeping it handy throughout your course. Finally, you also have tools. This is another area where you can access your grades. If you click on Tools, you'll see that there's a tab called My Grades. Go ahead and click on that, and it will shoot you straight to your grades, much like it did on the global navigation screen and through the social learning tool. So, I'd like to wrap up this discussion by showing you some units and what you may expect in some of these units. So let's go ahead and click on Unit 1. If you click on Unit 1, you'll see a number of different things. There are some things that you'll see all the time, and there are some things that you'll see in only certain units. Normally, you'll see 2 to 4 different things in each unit. A study guide, a discussion board, an assignment, and an assessment. This has an extra attendance verification You may see items like this throughout the course. Be sure to read them as they are vital information. Let's go into Unit 2 and see what some of these things do. Let's click on the Unit Study Guide, for instance. If we click on the Unit Study Guide, you'll see that it has information regarding that particular unit, the objectives for that unit, the written lecture, reading assignments. It also has some non-graded learning activities and key terms. These are all beneficial, so I recommend being very meticulous in reading through all of this. You also have a discussion board. There'll be a discussion board in each unit that you're required to participate in. Basically, all you do is go in, read what the professor or students have to say, and reply. It's a great tool and keeps discussion flowing. You also may have an assessment. Unit assessments come in a variety of types. You may see multiple choice questions, essay questions, matching, the list goes on. Let's go and see now what it looks like. Go ahead and click on Unit 2 Assessment, and when we go in here, you'll see that we can continue to start our quiz or assessment. You have some general information on the assessment, and then underneath you see the actual questions. It looks like we have some multiple choice. So let's go ahead and answer some of these. Notice you can save the answers, but you can always come back and change them if you need to. It looks like we also have some essay questions. Go ahead and fill that out. And so on. So if we fill all these out and save our answers, we can go down to the bottom and we can click Save and Submit. If we want to come back, we can close the window after saving our answers, but let's go ahead and submit it. So we've submitted, it says OK, it was a successful submission. We click OK, it comes back, and it will automatically show us any of our objective style questions, the feedback. So it looks like I got most of these wrong. However, you notice the yellow exclamation point next to the essays. That means that your professor will have to grade them. So that's a little bit about assessments and assessment questions. One last quick note on assessments. Once you've turned in an assessment, the professor has graded it, you will receive a follow-up email with the link back to IDT-CSU. From here, you can look at your grades and see how you did. Now that we know about study guides, discussion boards, and assessments, there is one other type of assignment that you may see, and that is an assignment. You may see a turn-in assignment. If it has this little icon, it'll be a turn-in assignment. But you may see other things like article critiques, PowerPoint presentations, or just an essay that you need to upload. Let's focus on this turn-in assignment. Remember, you have the turn-in originality checker back on the global navigation page. So you can always revert back here to the turn-in originality checker if you're worried about plagiarism. The reason I say that is because in Unit 6, the assignment we have, the assignment will actually be uploaded to Turnitin's website before it gets to your professor. This will give the professor a report of anything that you may have plagiarized. So if you're worried about that, go ahead and use that Turnitin originality checker. Once you're happy with your paper, you would just click on View Complete, follow the instructions, and your submission will be uploaded. The last thing I want to talk about is a final exam. Some courses, not all, will have final exams. And the thing to remember about final exams is that they require a proctor. So what that means is that you either have to find a proctor to supervise while you take the final exam, or you can pay a fee and you can use our remote proctoring system, which allows you to do it at home with a webcam. A final exam is exactly what you think. It's a culmination of all of your hard work, and it's usually at the end of your course. So be sure to check in your syllabus and look in Unit 8 for that final exam. If you have any questions, please let your academic advisor know. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you well in your career at Columbia Southern University. Thank you.